The rumor of Xbox's next generation console coming with a Steam storefront has generated some buzz online. That does include PlayStation games being fully playable on Xbox consoles. Now we must ask ourselves, is there any truth to this? Well, let's break that down. Up next. What's going on, guys? It's Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. So it's no secret by now, but it's understood at some point in time, some kind of Steam integration could be coming to the next generation Xbox. This, of course, opens a lot of doors to what would be owners of this device, with a massive gaming library now available at their fingertips. Storefronts like the Epic Games Store and Steam, of course, are the two major bullet points in this grand equation, but let's hold our horses and expand more on this prospect because there's a lot going on here. Of course, as a running joke, admittedly to kind of stoke the flames, I always drop this hint in theory, PlayStation games would be fully playable on Xbox. And that's solely because it's available on Steam, which, again, if you ask me, that's outrageous to think, but at the same time, that's modern gaming for you. And with that chat comes this idea that PlayStation would wake up and somehow block this from happening, which, if they want to be really petty, that's something they could entirely do. Personally, I don't think they'll block it if all goes according to plan for Xbox, and they do somehow get Steam on their device. Mainly because, let's just say, the only way to avoid this going down for them is to kind of pull all their games from the Steam storefront. They'll be losing a lot of money, and simply put, it's gonna be a really bad look for them. And over the weekend, chatter got louder with more prominent gaming insiders like Jez Corden chiming in on this matter once more. This is where I think he ran a poll asking if PlayStation would block this from happening, and the general public was loud, with nearly half of them saying yes, they're gonna block it. But this is where I think people are missing the bigger point in all this, and that's the fact that this console will not be a classic Xbox console, at least by definition, much like the Series X. More or less, this is gonna be a Windows PC with an Xbox front end. Think along the lines of a Steam Deck where it is a Linux-based device, where you directly boot into that Steam OS to get that classic console feel. But it is worth noting at any point in time, you can get out of that Steam OS and enter Linux's desktop mode. So let's just say the next Xbox works exactly like that, then it should be able to get out of that Xbox OS and be a Windows PC. At the end of the day, I think people kinda just need to understand they're not directly selling their games on the Xbox platform, and this is all kind of a technical workaround on Steam. And quite honestly, if you ask me, I don't think PlayStation would be as stupid to kind of pull all their games off Steam, mainly because that has been a proven point where they do make a lot of money off of that. Now, the flip side of that coin, they could just stop releasing games on PC entirely moving forward, but that's yet to be seen, and again, I don't think that's a move they're willing to make. I also think at some point in time, this exclusivity thing is gonna really die out as gaming goes on. It's been a proven point keeping your games on one platform simply ain't cutting it anymore as far as making money, and Square Enix is a prime example of that. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pass this one off to you guys. Do you see PlayStation games being playable on Xbox platforms at some point in the future? Also, let me know if it's through Steam, or do they just bite the bullet and sell games directly off Xbox? But that about does it here. I've been Kalo, I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.